Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to this session of Let Us Talk It ZIPINAR. We try to bring you every week, same day, same time, new speakers, new ideas, new ways to empower and inform the community. If you have joined in on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, we welcome you there. And we hope that you will comment and give us feedback and we can go forward in our success story. So today we had a little bit of delay because of technical issues, but we are in. And we have two topics. The first topic would be personal transformation management, how to increase in value by managing your growth level from current state to future state. And to speak on that, we have a speaker who is joining in from England in UK, and he has been like in one go. It's a 5-hour time difference from US, but he agreed. And his name is Temitayo. He's the author of Self-Identification Management book, certified Scrum Master, and experienced project management professional, IT consultant, service manager, and a trained business analyst with MS in software engineering. He's also a certified youth coach, a transformational coach, speaker, and trainer of John Maxwell Leadership Team. Interesting, he's also the founder of Live on Purpose initiative, committed to connecting millennials together, building together, and growing together to achieve greatness together. With that, we begin our session. Thank you so much for joining in. Temitayo, over to you.
Thank you very much, Jilan, for inviting me. Thank you so much for making me to be part of this wonderful work that you're doing. I think for me, this already completes or fulfill the purpose of what I'm going to be talking about, because this platform is, I believe, is for the purpose of transforming lives and giving information and insights to people to help them grow from what they currently know to being able to achieve more in life. And I just want to commend you and your team for the wonderful work that you're doing, and just to also encourage you to keep doing more and just touching lives and changing people around to become more in order for them to achieve more. Okay, I'll quickly go to the topic that I'm going to be talking about today. My name, like she said, my name is Temitayo Oyediran. I believe she's given a wonderful introduction of myself, so I probably don't need to go into that anymore. But today, I really want you to glue yourself to what we're going to be talking about in the next few minutes, which I have been given. So I want I want you to just ask yourself, who am I as a person? I think that's the first question that I want to ask you. We're talking about the personal transformation management, but the first word in that topic is talking about you as a person. So, and I'm throwing the question to you, who are you as a person? And my next question is, are you at the peak of your potentials? Are you at the peak of your potentials? So the first question is not just asking you what's your name, what you do, and all of that. It is going deeply into the core of your being and asking yourself, who exactly am I? What am I here to do? So we're just going to be going deeply into that to make us to understand that in order for us to be able to grow from one level to the other, we need to understand ourselves first and then be able to increase our value as individuals in order to be able to then take our growth level from what it is at the moment to where we ought to be. So first thing that I want you to understand is that transformation is a function of something or someone that is not maximizing its full potentials. So there is a full potentials that we ought to be maximizing as individual. So whether in your career, are you maximizing the full potentials that you have, whether as a person or as a family person, as a student at school, Are you maximizing the potentials that you have in the relationship that you have with friends, with people? Are you maximizing the potentials? And this just one of the things that I want you to understand, that transformation in sense is just for us to be able to understand that there is need for me to maximize my full potentials. It's a function of you or me or something maximizing its potentials. You have a car that is able to drive, maybe let's say 200 miles per hour, and you maximize on the potential of that car. Or you've got a phone that can actually respond to you when you speak to it, and you don't make use of that, and you get to a point where you actually need that particular function and you're not using that. The question there goes, that are you maximizing the potential of that particular device? So transformation is useless if one is not looking towards maximizing his or our potential. And in order to maximize your potential, there is need for you to understand where you are right now, make different changes based on where you want to be. And in this case, that's the future state. The future state requires that you understand your current state before we can even talk about any form of transformation. Good. So I believe you're following me. So we need to understand that if we don't understand where we are right now, if you don't understand what is possible to us as a maximum level of our potential, then we are definitely not ready for any form of transformation. Interestingly, we can't seem to be saying that, okay, something or someone has been able to, or let me put it like this: as a person, you can't understand or fully grasp if someone has fully maximized his or her potentials until the last day of the person. Why am I saying that? As we go to bed, wake up the next day, in whatever we're doing, we are unable to really say that we are maximizing our potentials to the fullest, because every day something new comes up. Every day we are challenged to think differently, to do things differently. Last year or a few years ago, if you are still the same from last year, now you have not made changes, and there it suggests to me that you have not transformed. And transformation is useless to someone that remains in one state. I know of a quote from Abraham Lincoln when he says, "I don't think much of a man who is not better today than he was yesterday." So what is that saying? The person that is unable to transform himself or herself to become better tomorrow, or to become better today than it was yesterday, is not considered as a wise person. So it is very essential, whatever we do, whatever we want to do, we should think transformation. As a person, think transformation in your career. Think transformation to change from what you're currently doing to something better that will help you to fulfill purpose. I'm not going to be let me not bore you with too much information, but we need to understand that because we are constantly breaking grounds every time. We are constantly going beyond one limit or the other. We are constantly, when you go beyond one limit today, when you set a record for yourself and you're able to beat it today, then set a higher goal for yourself tomorrow. Set a higher limit for yourself tomorrow. Set a higher standard for yourself tomorrow. That's how you transform from one level to the other, from one level to the other. I read, as it stated, I read that human potential is the capacity for humans to improve themselves through studying, training, and practice to reach the limit of their ability to develop their aptitudes and their skills. So there is need for everyone to increase our capacity. What is it that you're doing today? What is it that you think, okay, I can do this better? What can I do to be able to do this better? So it is very, very interesting that when we set a date for something, I'm going to use this to be able to buttress this point. Do you know that this date, this moment has been set, let's say 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, or wherever, but now it has come to reality. You're here listening to me because it was set as a goal. And you know what? What is going to happen is when you set a particular date for you to achieve a particular goal, everything else gravitates towards it. Everything else works towards it. Maybe by yesterday, the host for this particular event had some challenges about putting this up today. But today, this has become a reality because the date had been set. The date was set, everything was planned, but in one way or the other, no matter how perfect your plans may be, something may want to go wrong or something may be going wrong. But what usually happens is the particular goal stays the same. The date stays the same unless if you are not working towards transformation. So that is what I'm trying to explain today, that in order for us to achieve any form of transformation, when you set goals, make sure you exceed the goal as you go on. Okay, so goals are very powerful because why? They act as drivers, they act as motivation for people to take actions. So when you set goals, they drive us to do something. When you set a date that maybe you want to write an exam, whether except if you don't want to pass the exam, I don't think any sensible person will have an exam on a certain day and not prepare towards it. Why? It is not that the date is telling you to prepare, but you have to prepare for the exam in order to pass the exam. That is because you've got a goal to achieve at the end of that day, at the end of you writing the exam. Let me cite an example. We all know that Usain Bolt happened to be the fastest man on earth today. It will interest you that the fastest man before Usain Bolt set a record, had a standard, had a particular achievement, or let's say the maximum level that a person could go. But now Usain Bolt came around, beat that record, set a new record, and you will be surprised to know that in the next few years, if not already existing, somebody is already preparing to break that record, to exceed that record. So, what am I saying? There is no maximum potential for anyone here on earth until we just reach the level that we think we can reach right now, and then create that also creates room for us to be able to achieve for the level. So, what am I trying to say? Transformation happens every single day until death. Transformation happens every single day until death. So, what am I encouraging everyone to do? Make sure that you transform yourself every day from what you were doing yesterday to becoming better every single day. Good, 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 good. Yeah. So, if Usain Bolt, right? Let's just imagine he normally can run maybe a few miles, let's say 100 miles, or 100 meters, or let's say three, 400 meters. But if he should go beyond that, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem for him to be able to run as fast as he could run. So there's a possibility for him not to be able to run or beat the record that he would normally beat if the distance is increased. But for somebody like Mo Farah, who runs a longer distance, it is easier for him to be able to do that effortlessly because that is normal to him. So, what am I trying to say here? There is a joy of fulfillment to see that when we end a particular work or goal that we set for ourselves or anything that we engage ourselves on. So, it is very important for goals to be set for every human being. So it is good for us to set goals, to work towards it, and then exceed the goal, and then create room for us to be able to do much more than that. Okay. Good. So to achieve any form of transformation in any area of life, because you would know that you can achieve transformation in different areas. You can achieve transformation in your career. You can achieve transformation in your health. You can become much more fit as a person. You can experience transformation in your finances and other areas. But one must need to know where you are in order to know where you are going. The game of transformation and the goal is for value. I would say this once again. The game is transformation, but the end goal is value. There is no need for any kind of transformation if there is no if the end goal is not value. I would just really explain what I mean by that. In the process of transforming yourself, in the process of transforming your business, does that require you to add more value to your customers as a business? In the case of, in the process of transforming yourself, does that add more value to you? Does that add more value to people, to other people? So the game itself is transformation, but the end goal is value. End goal is value. Every transformation is a game of value. And it means that when you change yourself, when you change your career to something better, you are adding value to yourself. And in the process, you are also multiplying the value that you deliver to other people, which makes you much more valuable. And that is what I want to encourage every one of us to take tonight, that the end goal is value. So, in what you're doing, in you transforming yourself, changing yourself from maybe someone that could run for, let's say you're an athlete and you can only run or exercise for 1 hour, and then you want to transform yourself to become better, then you have to change something. Maybe change the time that you exercise, or change your diet, change something. So you're transforming yourself. You're probably transforming your look. What does that do for you? It's adding value to you. It's also adding value to, it's also going to help you to add value to other people. So the end goal, it's value, but the game is transformation. Transformation is not something that happens all of a sudden. It takes time. It takes investment. It takes sacrifice. It takes sacrifice. It's not something that just happens. It's not like a big bang theory, but it takes sacrifice. It takes sacrifice, and it takes a lot of investment. So, in order to experience any form of personal transformation, you have to be willing to sacrifice time. You have to be willing to sacrifice pleasures and other things, maybe fun or anything like that, in order to be able to experience personal transformation. And the investment is, you need to invest your time, you need to invest energy, you need to invest your money if required to experience and to enjoy transformation as a person. So, what does it require? It requires, I have 5 points. Let me say this, the five ABCDE requirements of personal transformation management. And the first one is analysis. Analysis. So, analysis is just all about investigation. You're just carrying out investigation. You survey, you try and gather requirements. You are investigating about yourself in order to be able to transform yourself. This definitely will help you to find out a little bit more about yourself and to gain understanding. Remember, at the beginning of this, I asked a question: who are you as a person? Who are you as a person? So, this is part of the requirement of personal transformation management. You analyze yourself. You analyze yourself. John Maxwell said this, and I quote: self awareness is very key to every transformation journey. And John Maxwell said, you must know yourself in order to be able to grow yourself. If you don't know yourself enough, it will be difficult to grow yourself. it will be difficult to experience any form of transformation. If you don't know what you're capable of doing, if you don't know the point at which you are, I know many of us are quite educated. There's what they call gap analysis. Gap analysis, that's the analysis of your current state in order to understand how to get to your future state, your predicted um, place or goal. How do you achieve that? You need to understand where you are. You need to know yourself in order to be able to grow yourself. What's the second point? The B of the requirements for personal transformation management. I would like to encourage you to say the second point is for you to broaden your horizon. Broaden your horizon. That is B. Broaden your horizon. This is when you innovate. This is when you think differently. This is when you think from the inside out. This is when you begin to think unlike what everyone else thinks. You think uniquely. You think in a different and distinct way that would give you that opportunity to be able to transform yourself. This is when you increase your range of knowledge. This is when you gain more insights, and then you begin to gain to broaden your horizon, and then think outside of the box, not inside of the box. So that is the B, which is the second point for personal transformation management. And I will quickly go to the third point, which is for you to complement. In order for you to complement yourself, you first need to engage in competition by yourself and for yourself. In my book, Self-Identification Management, there is a quote in there which says, competition, it means that when you compete with others, you're only contesting. But when you compete with yourself, this is a complement of yourself. This is a complement of yourself. So for you to experience transformation, for me to experience any form of transformation, I would have to compete with myself, not with others, compete with myself. And this is called self-competition. So what's the fourth point? So after you have competed with yourself, after you have you let's say in the process of you complementing yourself by competing with yourself, what exactly do you need to do? You need to make a decision. What do I need to do? You need to make a decision. So this is where you decide on what to do. You have planned, you have figured things out, but you need to make a decision to transform yourself. You need to make a decision. There's no point in making any decision. There's no point in planning anything if you will not stick to the plan. There's no point in making any plan if you will not make a decision to stick to the plan. Jim Rohn says, it doesn't matter which side of the fence you get off on sometimes. What matters most is getting off. You cannot make progress without making decisions. You can't simply transform yourself, transform your career, transform your health, transform your relationship with others without making decisions. You need to decide that it is time for me to transform this area of my life. Tony Robbins, I'm sure many people will know him here. He's a well-known speaker. It says your life changes the moment you make a new, congruent, and committed decision. So, what decision are you making today for your personal transformation? What decision are you going to make today that will enhance your growth level from your current state to a future state, in whereby you add value to yourself and to others? So, the fifth requirement for personal transformation management is this is execution. So when you have made the decision to do something, don't just make the decision, then do it. Execute. This is where you actually get your hands dirty. You do the job. You go to the gym. You lift the weight. You have to make sure that you read for the exams. You go and train yourself up. That is where you execute. Robin Sharma says, ideation without execution is delusion. Ideation, you've got the idea, but what are you doing about the ideas? Don't just sleep on the ideas. Do something about it. Wake up and just work on the idea that you have got. Work on the ideas that you have got. I'm just rounding up now. You know what one thing that is very important is when an egg breaks on the inside, that is known as destruction, right? It is destruction to the egg because why? Then the egg will be eaten by someone or will be wasted. But when an egg is broken by an inside force, then it is experiencing what? Transformation. That's when it gets transformed from just an egg to either a chick and then grows up to become a chicken. So, what are we saying? You need to be able to experience that transformation, which is from the inside, grow yourself from the inside, let the changes come from the inside, and then we'll be able to experience the value on the outside by yourself and by other people. How do we do this? In the course of the year 2020, we recall that COVID-19 hit the world suddenly and surprisingly. But you would understand that change alone cost a lot of businesses to soar, cost a lot of business to be able to make a lot of profit. It forced us to be able to do things differently. That to me is transformation. For instance, Eric Yuan, the founder of Zoom, which is one of the platforms that we're using tonight, that is Zoom, the video conferencing company. They announced, I think, in the year 2020, that their revenue had soared about 326% higher than the previous years. That's getting them to about $2.6 billion. $2.6 billion just because of a change, just because of transformation. The business transformed from just ordinary video conferencing to now adding value to people, making people to be able to connect even though they could not move out during COVID-19. So the challenge that I'm giving you today is, what is that business that you can do? What is that thing that you need to do to yourself to transform yourself to get into where you ought to be? And I'm really very excited that we're going to be talking extensively, or let me say, I'm really excited for the next topic that I believe the next speaker will be talking about. That is AI, artificial intelligence. What an amazing topic! What an amazing topic! AI in itself is also a way to experience transformation. I can quote an article on Forbes which says the transformation brought about by AI is in different industries has made business leaders and the mainstream public to think that we are close to achieving the peak of AI research and maxing out AI's potentials. AI, artificial intelligence, is one key thing to us and which is very common around now. I believe the next speaker will talk about it. But what is the whole essence of AI? Is to transform us, is to be able to transform the things that we human beings could have done by themselves. So definitely, transformation also is one of the key things that was put into consideration when artificial intelligence was being programmed or planned out. And I would like to say to you, there's no way artificial intelligence can take the place of the person. Because why? Artificial intelligence would have or is being created by humans. By humans. So, what does that suggest to me? No matter how smart, intelligence AI is, humans still have the capacity, the potentials to supersede that if we can only maximize our potentials. And this would only happen when we're able to transform our minds, when we're able to change our mindset, when we're able to think differently, do things differently, being able to explore as much as we can, being able to think of how to add more value to people. Because in the process of transforming yourself, in the process of transforming myself, I am adding value to myself and I'm becoming more valuable. Then I'm able to add value to other people. Remember what I said earlier on, the game itself is transformation, but the end goal is value. The game itself is transformation, but the end goal is value. So I've talked extensively about personal transformation system, and I've also mentioned about AI as well, which obviously is artificial intelligence. And what AI can do also is that it has the potential to help humans to live more meaningful lives, devoid of hard labor. What does that suggest to me? Artificial intelligence also helps to be able to become more productive. And what does productivity mean? This word productivity, what does it really mean? To become productive means that you're able to shed some things that are irrelevant in order to focus on what is really very important. And I challenge you and anyone listening to me tonight, I challenge you that your transformation, your personal transformation is key, should be a priority to you because it enhances your productivity level. So you need to take time to work on your transformation. I'm still working on my transformation level in order for me to be able to experience the growth level from my current state to future state. So I'm going to be rounding up and shortly. So what exactly are we talking about? Personal transformation management. The management side of it is you are growing in a dimension that you yourself, you know that definitely if I don't caution this growth level, is either I crash or something dangerous happen or something really dangerous happens to me. So what do? You manage the transformation level. You manage it. And what do I mean by that? Management is simply for you to be able to plan something and to take control over that, make boundaries around it. So you've got this personal transformation journey that you're on at the moment. How do you manage that so that it doesn't go beyond the ordinary? It doesn't exceed the boundary. Anything that is not within the boundary is already exceeding purpose. So you have a plan, you have a goal, you have something that you want to achieve. Have you created a system for that? Have you given yourself instruction that you can follow? Have you given yourself some command that when you follow that, you know that the end result of that is transformation? And when that happens, how do you manage that? How do you shed that from any distraction from people? Because when you are experiencing growth, when you are experiencing transformation, you want to hear the truth, there will be side distraction. There will be things coming to distract you, things coming to just take your time, things coming to just make you feel like, okay, yes, you are boring yourself out. But no, it is that at that point in time that you focus on where you're going. And I'm going to go into that. I'm going to go into that very soon. But one thing is management aspect of personal transformation is for us to be able to plan the transformation journey, take control of that transformation journey so that natural disaster, let's say for instance, when COVID hit, if Zoom had not prepared for a time like that, I'm sure the business probably wouldn't have been able to survive that time. Many businesses could not survive COVID-19 when it hit the whole world. Why? Maybe there was no contingency plan, maybe there was no plan in place for them to be able to deal with such natural disaster or just such pandemic. But that is what I'm trying to say. So when you manage your transformation journey as a person, then no matter what the situation is, then you are still able to still follow through the journey of transformation without being distracted by anything that may come. Okay, so that's just the management aspect. And so in order for us to do all of this, what is the value of even going on the personal transformation journey? What is the value? The value is derived from engaging in transformation journey such that you're able to, first of all, add value to yourself and then being able to add value to other people. So I will just borrow from the founders of Scrum Guide. I believe you would agree with me that they've done an amazing job. So, as a Scrum master myself, I would like to just borrow from them some of the values of being able to do work as being able to experience personal transformation. So, what are the key things what are the key values that one would derive from personal transformation? One, you'll be able to experience commitment. You'll be able to experience that commitment to yourself and also to the journey. You need to be able to experience commitment to yourself and to the journey. So the transformation journey that you're on, you have to be fully committed to it. The second one, you need to be focused. Sometimes there's no way people can experience full you can be focused at something but not committed. You can be focused, looking, gazing closely at that particular thing, but you may not be committed to it. You can be focused at trying to get a job, but are you committed to it? When you're committed to getting a change of your job, or when you're committed to changing your career, you will do everything required to being able to change the job. When you're focused at it, you're just focusing at the fact that okay, you need a better job. You're just focused at the fact that okay, you just want to grow. But when you're committed at it, then you will do everything, even if you have to volunteer for free or do anything that will make you to be able to achieve that transformation. So when you're focused on losing weight, you're just looking at the benefits that you will derive when you finally lose that weight. Then when you're committed to it, you will go beyond that and then making sure that you do the things that are required in order to gain and lose the weight that you want to lose, because you are seeing yourself at the other side of the tunnel. You are seeing yourself at the end of that journey. What are you going to look like? Okay, so what's the third point? What's the value of personal transformation? Third value is openness, because when you are open to growth, when you are open to transformation, it's then that's when you'll be able to get the benefits of actually experiencing that personal transformation. I would just stop at that. But just before I actually finish off, I want to just mention two benefits of experiencing personal transformation management. Two benefits. One is fulfillment. One is fulfillment. Fulfillment is one of the benefits of personal transformation management, because you suddenly feel fulfilled. Because why? Life is a journey. Life is a journey. Every day we're constantly transforming ourselves. Every day we're constantly growing. If you're growing in this aspect today, and also, can I just encourage you, please don't um don't dabble into many things at the same time. So people think of, okay, yes, I can probably change myself. I can experience transformation in so many areas of my life. It's better to take it one step at a time because life and success is a journey. You have achieved something yesterday, then let that set a standard or a foundation for you to being able to achieve something greater in other areas. Okay, something good or success in other areas. So the journey is what should be enjoyed. Enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. Don't feel that okay, yes, you're losing out or anything like that. It is a journey. It is a journey. So fulfillment is one of the benefits of making sure of personal transformation management. So you feel fulfilled. You suddenly feel fulfilled in yourself, even though you are still growing, you are still transforming yourself, you are still making progress, you are still changing yourself. Let's say you are in one career today. Be excited about that, but still grow, take the next level, move to the next level. Okay, so be fulfilled in what you have achieved, and then making sure that okay, yes, you're constantly just thinking of the next level. And I will just give the second benefit. The second benefit of personal transformation management is self actualization. Self actualization. So are you able to really say to yourself that I've really been able to actualize myself as a person? Abraham Maslow says the highest need of every man is self actualization, the highest need in his hierarchy of needs. Anyone that has attained that level of self actualization has gotten to the point of maximizing their full potential. So I challenge you today that in whatever you do, whatever you engage in, please let's forge towards self-actualization, because you are created for more. You are made for more. You can do more. You can learn more. You can achieve more. You can become more. You need to stretch forward. You need to move forward. You need to equip yourself. You need to empower yourself. You need to transform yourself from that person who is probably wallowing in mediocre or mediocrity. Please come out of that. Change your circumstance, change your environment, change your circle of friends, change your circle of influence. Go further, think differently, do things differently, innovate, create things, come out of being jobless. Go out there and just go and fight for what belongs to you. I don't mean physical battle. I'm talking mainly about you transforming yourself. When you go to the gym, you want to lose weight. You go to the gym, you do rigorous exercises, making sure that you are constantly growing, constantly transforming yourself, constantly making progress. And I can assure you that every day celebrate yourself because you're actually making progress. Thank you very much for listening to me tonight. And I would like to just stop here for any question. If there's any question, please.
Thank you
If
so
there's any
much, really, Timizayo, for such a wonderful sharing of knowledge and insight, and through experience as well. So it's really, really appreciated by us and our team, and me, especially. Like, I have some habits that's stopping me from doing the transformation, and you're bringing it up again to me. So I now remember. So now, um, anyone who would like to unmute and share their insight or discuss or like ask some few questions to our speaker? So we have here Somya and Niranjan. Thank you for the insights, Timoteo. You made me to make this a decision to execute something I was thinking for a long time.
That's amazing. Just go for it because you're capable of doing it. Thank you.
Right, perfect. Okay. Any other participants or questions? So and also, just like to remind anyone who's watching this one live, this is a recorded session, so you can also rewatch this one through YouTube and also in our Facebook page. Let us talk it. And while we are waiting for insights or questions to pop up, I also would like to inform you that we have also sessions like this for our younger youth group, and you can register to our website uh, www.letustalkit.com/youth. Okay.
Can I just add to this as well? I think one key thing that we should think about is when we are when we are going on a personal transformation journey, right? First, it makes us to become more valuable, right? And at the same time, to be more valuable means that you have more value that you can give and add to other people. So, what does that mean? That means other people are waiting for you to then benefit from you, right? Thank you very much. So, transformation requires sacrifice, it requires investment. So, it's not just us thinking about ourselves and how is this transformation going to help me. Think of all the people that will benefit from you transforming yourself. Think of other people. Think of the world at large. For instance, if Steve Jobs didn't start Apple company, many of us wouldn't have the Apple phone that we currently have right now. If the Zoom director or the CEO of Zoom, like I said, was his name Eric. If he didn't start the company, we probably wouldn't have Zoom. Somebody else would have come up with that. So that's the benefit of transformation. You and I were enjoying Zoom today because someone sat down and thought, oh, I can make a change in this area. I can do something different in this area. So you got something inside of you that you can actually change, that you can do, that will benefit people, that will benefit the world, global circle. And let's look at Mark Zuckerberg as well. Facebook created Facebook, and a lot of people all over the world they are benefiting from that now. Instagram is also an example. Google, you can go to Google, you search for something on there because somebody thought I can transform this space. I can transform this thing. Like for instance, during COVID, some people changed their business model from whatever they were doing before to something else that was in need at the time of the pandemic. That to me is transformation. You don't have to be rigid. You are flexible. Flexibility is one of the key characteristics of human beings. You have the characteristic of being very flexible, making a change from your current state to that future state for you to be more of a blessing and and a value and an added value to other people. I just thought I should just add that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Timothy. Like saying that makes me realize again what's the value why I'm pursuing a degree in psychology right now. Like sometimes I lose motivation, energy, and all that because I tend to forget the value of what I'm working for. So thank you. It's really a good reminder. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, so
others are depending.
yeah,
Others are depending on you finishing that degree. Others are depending on you. So if you finish and you come up with good grades, you're not going to be the only one. Let's say you're working with that degree, you'll not be the only one to spend the money. Even if you're the only one to spend the money, remember when you go to work, you have to help somebody. When you go to work, you have to serve someone. You have to be of service to someone before you get paid. So when you're serving somebody, you're adding value to them. When you're transforming yourself, you're also helping someone else to be transformed and to receive the value. Just to ask you how that. Thank you very much.
yes, indeed, totally agree. Perfect. All right, so it appears to be that there is no insights or questions so far. So let me just mention again that we have our live Youth Let Us Talk It webinar, and that happens every other Saturday at 4 p.m. And then there are preparation sessions every Tuesday and Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then again, you can register at our website. So and there's also like for younger youth group, we have preparation sessions Tuesday and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, so that's it. So I guess we could wrap up today's topic. So, well, for the viewers, it's unfortunate. There is an immediate, very important for activity for the second speaker. So he wasn't able to join us, but hopefully we can have him in the next session and discuss the topic. But we have enjoyed definitely the topic that we have from Timoteo. It's really wonderful. It's refreshing. It's also like making us remember what are the goals and the value that we seek with those goals. All right. So again, thank you so much, everyone, and especially to Timoteo. Thank you so much for your time and efforts, and for your knowledge and your experience you have shared into us. So we have really learned a lot today from this session.
Oh, thank you very much, Hugh John. Thank you for inviting me here. I've really enjoyed myself, and it's a thing of joy for me to be able to add value to people. But just before I go on, I've got a I've got my book, which is self identification management. There's a lot more than what I've just discussed this evening on inside this book. You can get it on Amazon. The copies on Amazon, and also you can, if you need coaching, training, or you've got any engagement that you want to involve me or engage me with, please you can reach out on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, anywhere there. And yeah, so that at least we can add more value to other people. And I'll be willing to yes, work with anyone that is that yeah that really will want me to work with them. Thank you. The
That's
game is
perfect.
transformation. The game is transformation, but the end goal is value.
That's totally agreeable. So anyone, hurry and send him a friend request so you can chat with him on LinkedIn. He's very approachable. Just search his name and you can definitely find him there. All right, so we can close the session for today. Again, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Timoteo, and hope to see you again the same time next week. Still Wednesday, so that's 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So again, we hope you have enjoyed our session today and our topic. Thank you so much, all, and enjoy the rest of the day or the evening, and take care always. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye bye. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.